Hey guys, today I wanted to give y'all an update on how I avoided gastritis. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I've kind of been developing it almost every single month. And I noticed a correlation during my ovulation in my cycle that was typically what was happening. And I explained in another video the possibility of why that could be happening. And basically that's when progesterone starts going up. And progesterone is an anti-contraction for the body, and so it could be affecting my motility, which is typically what happens during that time. Is I have very little motility, and so what I have done is I switched over to eating basically like a vegan diet with only vegetables. And I have SIBO, so I have to be careful which vegetables I eat. I cannot really tolerate certain vegetables cooked in certain ways. So like if potatoes are deep fried or sweet potatoes are deep fried, that hurts my stomach. So I tried to stick with lower carb type vegetables as well, because my weight did go up for some reason and I easily gained 10 pounds, and I'm trying to reverse that. So I'm basically eating zucchini, carrots, nut butters. I do use a little bit of coconut aminos, olive oil, and some nuts and some seeds. And like I said, I was able to avoid gastritis this past month, and it was pretty awesome because I have had extreme symptoms with my gastritis, from depression to anxiety to thoughts that could lead to a really bad place. And so, like I said, I'm really happy that happened, that I was able to figure out what works for me. And like I said, I'm avoiding all animal products, even dairy, eggs, meats, fish, anything, all of it. And what I am trying to do is eat meat or any animal products basically on the weekend. And so like on Saturday, I'll go ahead and just have my meat, chicken, dairy, and eggs on Saturday. And I hadn't been doing really well up until a few days ago, because I started getting really bad headaches and stuff like that. And so I was like, wow, like I really need to go back to eating healthy. And so starting June 1st, we went ahead and started Whole30. If you have not heard of Whole30, you should totally look it up. It's basically a clean way of eating. You eliminate all the bad stuff from your diet. There's no dairy, there's no wheat, there's no grains, there's no sugar. You can have potatoes and sweet potatoes, and so that's kind of where we get our carbs in. And you can have fruits. For myself, because I have SIBO, I am more careful with what I will eat. And for my kids, I just basically cook with all those ingredients and feed them foods that are within the guideline, and, you know, make meals using those ingredients. And if you do Whole30, though, it's really strict in the way that it wants you to not recreate the American food. You know, you're not supposed to recreate fries. You're not supposed to recreate buns. You're not supposed to recreate like anything. We don't abide by those rules, just because I have 8 children and they are switching over from, you know, eating more traditional type foods to eating a very clean diet. And so I do let them remake pancakes, muffins, and French fries. It doesn't bother me. For myself, though, like I said, I'm more careful. I am still working on trying to heal my SIBO. I still am taking supplements, which is one of the reasons why I'm in my room. Is I took them on an empty stomach and I started feeling really sick and nauseous. So I came in here to get away from all the noise and the chaos out there, because I wanted to throw up. And so I'm kind of at the end of it. I ate, I came in here, and things have settled down. And another update, though, I wanted to give y'all was that I got bit by a tick back in April. And I didn't think anything of it, because I developed a rash like within 2 days of being bitten. And I was bitten for 3 days in a row, though. So I have some pajama pants that I only put on when I'm going to bed. And I went outside one of the evenings when I had them on, or in the morning. I don't remember which one. And I would typically wear them for about 3 days and then put them in the dirty clothes. Well, on the third day, when I was getting dressed, or I should say undressed, I noticed something on my stomach, and I was like, what is that? And it was a tick. Well, the prior 2 days, I had noticed I'd been bitten, and I was like, oh, I probably have fleas in the house from our dogs. But it wasn't fleas. We don't have fleas in the house. And so it was a tick that had bit me. Well, I developed a rash, really big one. And I didn't think anything of it because I had looked up Lyme disease and it said that, you know, you'll develop the rash within a few weeks or something, but this was right away. And so I was like, whatever, it's fine, you know, I'm fine. Well, fast forward to last week, I started feeling, actually about a week and a half ago now, I started feeling really fatigued, run down. My ankles started to hurt. My feet joints started to hurt. My wrist started to hurt. I do not have arthritis. I've never had that. And I have had pain in my feet before, but it was literally like on the bottom of my feet, not on the top, not anywhere else that it was happening. This was really weird. So I decided to make an appointment and go to the doctor, and he was like, I think we should treat you for Lyme. He looked at the spot where the tick had bit me, and even though it was mostly healed, you can actually still see the outline of it. And so that kind of confirmed for him that I should be treated. Can't speak. Anyway, so then he went ahead and did some lab work, and that came back that I had inflammation in my body. And he ran some other stuff. I don't completely understand everything, but he says in 3 months I need to go back to him and do some more tests. And so he ended up giving me doxycycline to treat the Lyme, and then I will go back. I also am doing Joette Calabrese. I think that's her name. I'll post a link to her website for the information that I got for treating Lyme. So I'm also doing her protocol, and it's basically taking these little pellets, and you're supposed to do it. It's like a course of 2 months. So you start out taking so many, and then you go to less, you know, per week, and then so many times every 2 weeks. And so, like I said, it's a process, but I'm willing to do that. And so I'm taking these things on top of taking my supplements for my SIBO. And I think that's kind of what's doing it to me. I'm quite often nauseous. I'm not hungry at typical times. And I am very, very irritable. And so I have been very, very quiet for, I think, like since I started the antibiotics. I've not talked much. Trying to keep myself from having to apologize for a lot of things because my crankiness wants to come out, so I don't let it. But once I go back to the doctor and find out where my you know, inflammation and everything is at, I will let y'all know. And since I'm going to go back and see my functional medicine practitioner, I will also give y'all an update on what she says, because I'm just not healed of SIBO and I really want to be. I bought a little device. It's a digestive breath test. The company is Food Marble. And basically it measures your hydrogen and your methane levels when you blow into this device. And I will share more about this the longer I've been doing it. It's only been a few days, and it does register, like if I ate something that I shouldn't have, which I know I shouldn't have, it will register my hydrogen levels really high, which is really interesting because the hydrogen will be high first, and then the methane starts to go up as time progresses. So this is a really interesting device to kind of help you and be able to track what types of foods are bothering you. And so, yeah, that is going to be my update for today. I'm sorry it's not been more frequent. I just cannot do it because I do not know how I will feel day to day. I was doing fine, I think, up until I got bit by that tick. In a sense of like I had a little bit of energy. But that declined, and I'm working my way back up. This is the third day since I've eaten something that I know I shouldn't have, but it's not like unclean. It would totally be a healthy option. It's just my body does not want it. And so since we started the Whole30, I am behaving. I take that back. This is day 2. Tomorrow will be day 3. But I have been feeling some better already, and getting onto the Whole30 is just going to do a reset for my body. It's what I need. And I'm glad I have my family to go along with me. I'm actually not the one that initiated this Whole30 for myself. It's for my husband. But if I were to do it or my husband does it, we all do it. And it's just helpful because people aren't eating things that you want in front of you. So yeah, it works as doing it together. So I will see you on my next video. Y'all take care, and I hope you're doing well. Bye, guys.